Ladies and gentlemen, there is something special, very special, about Babu Owino.
Parliament have arrived. Honorable Omondi of Kasipul, Honorable Babu Owino, Embakasi. Babu Owino, you'll have to tell me what you tell people so that then you are so popular. Whatever you do, teach some of us.
And it manifested itself yesterday. For those who follow the politics of this country, yesterday members of parliament debated and voted for or against the finance bill. 176 members of parliament said yes to the bill and they carried the day. And 81 members of parliament said no. But then there was 92 members of parliament who were absent during the vote. And Babu Owino was one of the members of parliament who were absent. And then immediately after the vote, Kenyans started talking about Babu Owino. And Babu Owino actually trended the better part of yesterday at number 1 on Twitter. Even earlier today, Babu Owino was still trending. Why do you think Babu Owino was the only member of parliament who did not vote but was trending? Is there something special about Babu Owino?
Naomba tu ipitishwe ili ikuwe ni funzo kwa Wakenya ambao walipigia hii serikali kura. Na pia upande wa Nyanza sisi pia sio hatuoni ngumu sana upande wetu, manake sisi tumezoea maisha mangumu. Ndio maana saa hizi tuko kwa soft life. Hata hizi mambo za hiyo unga yenye umeleta, hiyo unga ya umi, sisi hiyo unga tuwezi tumia. Tunatumia unga kama hostess na mafuta ni sunflower.
Because let's face it, 92 members of parliament didn't vote. They were absent. Babu Owino was one of them. There was Otinda Molo was absent. Oscar Sudi was absent. There was Salasia, several others. But why do you think Kenyans picked only Babu Owino? And in fact, they forced Babu Owino to come and he explained why he was absent.
Thank you very much, fellow Kenyans. Today I went to Parliament at around 9:30 a.m. with the intention to debate the finance bill. At around 11 a.m., the Speaker made a ruling that the debate would take place today up to 9 p.m. Then the debate will proceed from next week on Tuesday. Thereafter, voting will take place. Then, after that, based on that decision, I approached Honorable P.O. and I explained to him my situation, that tomorrow I will be having my defense hearing at Milimani Law Courts, that I needed to meet my lawyer for preparations. Then he okayed and I just left. And as we speak, I'm still with my lawyer. I'm still preparing for my case tomorrow at Milimani Law Courts. I realized while at my lawyer's office that actually the Speaker changed and made another ruling that voting was to take place today. By that time, so many members were depending on the fact that voting will take place after Tuesday next week, and that explains why so many members have missed, especially from Azimio. But I want to tell you that this bill, finance bill, is retrogressive. It is a bill that is punishing Kenyans. It is a bill that I can't support. It is a bill that even if Baba himself would have told me to support, I can never support it because of my loyalty to my people. And it is a bill that I know that is going to hurt Kenyans. For today, I'm so sorry I wasn't present because of my situation tomorrow. Thank you and God bless you.
Which begs the question, what is so special about Babu Owino? Why do you think Babu Owino was trending? In this video, I want to reveal to you guys the reasons why Babu Owino was trending. Babu Owino is proving to be a serious factor in Kenyan politics.
Tuna mheshimiwa sawa. Tuna mheshimiwa Gideon Panchela. Okay, sasa Babu kuja.
Asanteni sana vijana ria, vijana ra, vijana tibim, vijana tialala. Asanteni sana. Baba Raila Odinga, the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya. Protocols observed. Vijana ambao mpo, hamjambo. Vijana, kitu ya kwanza.
Before you go into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get straight into the main subject. Why do you think Babu Owino, of all the members of parliament, was the only one trending? Of course, for those who voted no, Wamushomba was also trending, but of course you understand why. And again, who else was trending? Only Babu Owino. At some point, Otinda Molo was also trending today because members of, the public realized that Otinda Molo was actually in parliament. He debated, but then he did not vote. But why do you think Kenyans picked on Babu Owino? Number one, if you ask me, is the Azimio expectations of Babu Owino. The truth of the matter is that if you speak to any Azimio supporter, if you ask them, they will always mention Babu Owino. In fact, I was surprised that the other day I told you that I was trying to look at the formations within Azimio, should Raila Odinga opt not to run. And for my suggestion, I was suggesting we have Kalonzo Musyoka, deputed by either Oparanya or Eugene Wamalwa. But a strong number of Kenyans came out strongly to remind me that Babu Owino is the right person. So which means Babu Owino should know wherever he is that Azimio expect a lot from him. And that's why, despite the fact that several other Azimio supporters, members of parliament, were missing, they only picked on him. It's because of their expectation. They view Babu Owino as the future of Azimio. And that's why after the loss, they picked on Babu Owino. So for me, that's number one. Number two, I also tend to think that Babu Owino has actually created a national image of himself, for himself. Which means any national discourse, any debate in this country, Kenyans expect Babu Owino to feature in it. And that's why when they didn't see him voting, when they didn't see him in the chambers debating, probably they thought that he was going to vote. I'm sure if Babu Owino was in parliament, probably he would have dispensed wisdom carelessly the way he normally does.
Speaker, I want to rise to support this motion on an intellectual point of view or from a scholar's point of view. And number one, bottom up. That is, now, Mr. Speaker, when there's more money into the pockets of the people, people will spend more. And as people spend more, Mr. Speaker, the demand increases. With an increment in demand, there will be an increment in supply. Or rather, if you like to put it, with an aggregate increment in the aggregate demand, there will be a simultaneous aggregate increment in the aggregate supply. And when the two meet, as economists will tell you, you create what we call the macroeconomic equilibrium. Mr. Speaker, I support this budget with all my body parts and organs. Thank you.
So the truth is, Babu Owino has created a national image so that when he was missing, even the Kenya Kwanza brigades were wondering why was Babu Owino absent? Because they expected him to lead the Azimio brigades in actually pushing for a no vote. So for me, Babu Owino must realize that he has actually created a national image. And because of that national image, any national debate, Kenyans expect him to give a voice. Number three, the other truth is that probably Kenyans missed Babu Owino's voice on this particular issue. What is Babu Owino's stand on finance bill? You know, we have several members of parliament in the country. But when the country is actually waiting to hear for the voice of Babu Owino and they can't see it, then it means they have to go and express it on Twitter. And by doing that, it simply means that he was expected to trend. So I don't know what to think, but for me, Kenyans expected to listen to the voice of Babu Owino. Just like Kenyans were expecting to listen to the voice of Mushomba. For example, someone like Oscar Sudi, whether he was there or not, most people might not have known. I'm sure even most of you are realizing now that Oscar Sudi was actually not in parliament. But Babu Owino's absence was visible. And the fourth reason why Babu Owino was trending was because of this issue of members of parliament being bribed in the toilet. Earlier that day, I think, was it Pauline Njoroge, made an interesting post, let me see if I can get it, about members of parliament who were being bribed by 1 million not to appear. Okay, let me see. I'm suspecting it must have been deleted. That some members of parliament were actually hiding in the toilet and they were bribed by 1 million. And she actually mentioned the name Babu Owino. So it's like majority of Kenyans picked that tweet. That of all the people who can be bribed, why Babu Owino? Because most people believe that Babu Owino cannot be bribed easily, especially when it comes to the issues of ODM and Azimio. And lastly, why Babu Owino was trending is something which I know most of you also agree to, that most Azimio supporters are viewing Babu Owino as an alternative to Raila Odinga. Because Raila Odinga is not a member of parliament, he can't represent their aspirations in parliament. So the only person they expect to represent themselves, to represent them in parliament, is Babu Owino. So the fact that Babu Owino was not there, the fact that he never voted, is something which really worried their supporters. So the truth is, because most of Azimio supporters view Babu Owino as an alternative, his absence was automatically felt. Unlike others who are just absent, but nobody even bothered. In fact, there are some members of parliament who even voted no to this bill. But you can't even say who were they unless you make reference. So I don't know what you think, but for me, if you ask me, Babu Owino is a phenomenon which is taking this country by a storm. So unless Babu Owino will make certain political mistakes like he has done in the past, I don't think is going to be stopped. And that explains why William Ruto and his team are currently putting all their eyes on Babu Owino. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.